We're just here to have a conversation, to start a dialogue. So
there's a sexual offenses bill that's trying to get passed in Somalia right now.
They make it seem as though like the religion would have stopped something like that, like rapes, right?
women's rights in Somalia, have they decreased or increased throughout the years?
Sheeko Sheeko.
Hi guys, welcome back to Sheeko Sheeko. This is our first video of the new year, 2017, all right? I'm still using 2016 because it's not programmed in my head. That being said, welcome back. We have some lovely new faces, so let's do some intros. We're gonna start off with my lovely co-host.
It's Bueller. I'm back, yes.
And no, we're gonna do three, because you did three.
Okay,
it's your brand, stick to the brand.
All right, no doubt.
The art.
Bueller, the art.
The art.
Bueller,
yeah.
Bueller.
There you go.
We gotta get a voice note of Ben Stein doing it every time. I just smile.
Whatever the case may be, just you need it. That's all I'm saying. We have a new guest, a new face. Hi. Hello.
Hi, my name is Sagal.
Sagal.
I'm a third-year university
University student?
third year university student
Mashallah.
at York University.
What are you taking?
Kinesiology and health science.
Oh,
sports doctor.
You sound smart.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I hope it is.
I love how you're humble about it too. Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to survive. Good for you. Mashallah. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Super cool.
We have a veteran. Hello,
What's
girl.
up, guys? How you guys doing?
Welcome back, Kultun.
Good.
How you been?
Great.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
2016 is behind us. 2017 is a new year.
Yes.
Inshallah, it's going to be a better year.
It's going to be a better year. Apparently, everybody hates 2016. I'm not sure.
I wasn't saying much.
Exactly. We have two other guests here that have come from a long way. We've got people coming from Japan, from Oh yeah, we've got a lot of people, and I'm so happy. Thank you so much for coming. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Soda.
Soda.
We are from Columbus, Ohio. I am a third year. Shout out, I'm done this year, so.
What are you taking?
International Relations and Diplomacy.
Ooh. Yeah. I like smart people. That's very nice, mashallah. And yourself?
I'm Arda, also a third year at OSU, so inshallah.
Oh, what are you taking?
Same thing, International Relations and Diplomacy.
You guys study together?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I hope you guys cheat off each other. Listen, man, get it in wherever you can, right?
Go Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm also in third year, guys. I'm not in third year. I just felt like I got left out. You know?
Third year Sheeko Sheeko.
Yeah, third year of Sheeko Sheeko. There you go. I'm taking, no, just kidding. I finished university. It is behind me. And inshallah, master's is around the corner. So let's not talk about that just yet. Like I said, we're back. This is our first episode, right? And this time around, we're going to be talking about. We've talked about this a few times, but we're really going to get it in depth. And I just want to make sure that people understand this is just a conversation. We're not here to educate people. I'm not your encyclopedia. We're just here to have a conversation, to start a dialogue. So there has been a lot of videos so far on YouTube, Facebook, and whatnot of women, Somali women, that have just been, I guess, like sharing their thoughts of how it feels to be a Somali woman, a Somali mother, right? And it goes right along with your initiative, because we're gonna start off with Somali Excellence before I get into these videos. And Somali Excellence actually goes out to you guys. I'll stop talking.
Thank you.
Tell me, we gotta do the clap. Yeah. Tell me all about your initiative. Tell the viewers about your initiative. I know about your initiative, but the viewers.
So I'm just going to start out by saying we are Souls of Promise. We are a nonprofit organization based in Columbus, Ohio. It will be our second year since we launched in February 15, 2015. We've had 2 projects so far. We're in our 3rd project right now, and I'll let Arta get into that.
All right, so our third project is basically just a petition that we've created. There's a sexual offenses bill that's trying to get passed in Somalia right now. It was created in 2014 by the Ministry of Health as well as, the Ministry of Women, and also an organization based in Somalia that's called Legal Action Group. So they drafted this bill together just to give, to criminalize crimes such as rape, domestic violence, FGM, so on. So we just wanted to kind of give a push with that. We wanted to help somehow. So we're like, okay, hey, we're the Somali diaspora, and we see what's going on. We know what's going on. We want to make a change. So here's so we wanted to have a significant amount of signatures just to directly give that to them and just show them like, hey, we care what's going on. We want rights for our women. So
currently, first of all, mashallah, like this is what you guys have taken on in this organization that you guys are with, as well as the human rights groups and the Ministry of Women. It's such a huge task, because right now, is there any laws in Somalia that are dedicated to these issues?
No. It was passed in one region of Somalia, which is Puntland.
Okay.
And the northern area of Somalia, like Somaliland and the southern parts still are working on it.
Right.
So no.
And
it's really sad.
A lot of
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of the times the cases, what happens is like girls are afraid to even report rapes because they get slut shamed, they get shamed by the whole community, like oh gabadas malagur sankara, because of that. So they are normally like afraid to even come out, and when they do, like there's cases where the attacker and the victim will get sent to jail.
Wow.
So
or she'll
it's
just
really
get sent
bad.
to jail.
Or she'll get sent to jail for even having the audacity to report it.
Yeah.
So it's really, really bad. That's why we're trying to like make some kind of change from where we are, because we're not used to that kind of.
Yeah.
If we're just like that's.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this bill actually gives like clear duties for police officers, investigators, prosecutors. Like it's actually telling these people how to do their job.
So
like,
sad.
hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have a checklist. When a rape victim comes to you, you're going to
do this
and this and this. We don't even have that foundation in Somalia. Like we don't have a guideline and the steps. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And it's so sad because they're actually holding the bill back because of the elections.
Okay.
And what did they say? They're going to try to pass it once more relevant bills get passed, or more important bills.
Because it's just not as important at all.
And it's not as important, and it's like, so what's more important than Nagahan? I don't get it. Like, for our own women to have to fight.
In a way, I feel like they don't really think it's much of a crime. It's just, I feel like they kind of blame it on the girl, like, oh, yeah, that don't it. Like, she wanted it, or she,
shouldn't be walking the streets alone.
Right.
But
should have
nobody asked
somebody
for
with you.
sexual violence.
Cool. So did you know, and I'm going to bring this up to you, in the last year, the UN recorded at least 1,700 rapes and 500 camps just in the capital of Mogadishu. And that's a huge, that's crazy. 1,700 rapes, right? Not like just here a poke and a there or whatever. These are rapes that are happening. Did you know that this was as big of a deal that it is right now?
You know what? I didn't think it was a big of a deal because I thought that I know there's no government that's really legislating this stuff and criminalizing these types of acts, but Somalia, they say, is 99% Muslim or whatever, or Sunni Muslim.
Yeah.
And so you think
99.99999%.
Yeah. But they make it seem as though like their religion would have stopped something like that, like rapes, right? But it's obviously religion is not something where people are finding haya, like shyness or modesty off of. They're still doing it, right? So, and I'm not surprised of the camps, because the camps, I visited one camp once, and it was very. You would think there's gonna be more people who are like gonna help, like more workers and stuff like that. It's mostly a bunch of women living in little tents that with their little kids walking around, and they're more concerned about food and safety rather than things like that. So obviously that's like a good chance for like people to go and either beat up women or rape them or whatever the case is. So
it's a prime opportunity.
It's a good opportunity, And I think there's a camp at IDP. I don't know what it stands for. I think it's internally displaced persons or something in Somalia, and I think it's in Mogadishu as well. And a lot of the rapes have happened there. So I'm not surprised, but I would thought that maybe the religion would have stopped things like this.
So did you know that there's 98% of girls in Somalia between the age of, and this goes back to your organization, this is where I'm reading my notes from, 98% of girls in Somalia between the ages 4 and 11 undergo FGM.
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised because I know that FGM is like a huge issue in the East Africa.
Yeah.
And we hear about it all the time, but I noticed that we never really hear solutions to the problem. People constantly talk about it. So you'll see BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, Daily Mail, they'll constantly talk about FGM. There's no solutions to the problem. They just present the problem, package it a different way, and talk about it over and over again.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm not surprised is because there's so many of, our relatives and women that we personally know that have undergone it as well.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Is because there is a bit of a perception. This is from conversation, my own experience. The elders always tell me, you know what I mean? We used to be ignorant and now we've moved on and we don't do that. And apparently we still do it.
Yeah.
So is this a surprise to any of you?
No, because also you have to take into consideration, even when there are strides forward with progress in our societies, there's always going to be that group of people that are still held back. And those people have kids with the same mentality and it keeps going. You'll never really fully grow out of ignorance, right? So I think that the more that we ignore it and we kind of push it to the side and, we kind of make excuses for it, that's the old time, out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that easy. It's a complex system that you need to dismantle it over time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, question. So with FMG, isn't that more of a female to female thing? Or is
What do you
that-
mean by that?
As
Like,
in,
so a
a
female
man-
doing it to a female?
Yeah, no. As in, the dad is not going to say, yo, I want my girl to go through that. Isn't the mom decision?
It's actually the mother. I went to Somalia in 2009, and my grandmother was really pushing for it. And obviously, my grandmother's 80, so she doesn't know anything.
Pushing it for who?
For me. What? For me, I was there, and I was I think I was 16 when I was there.
Well, this is why I asked that
Yeah.
question, because you're not a 15-year-old now.
No.
So I was expecting when you went to go visit, you were a somewhat of a preteen or an adult.
No, I was
and
16
it still happens?
years old. It was only as recent as 2009. And my grandmother was just asking casually, to my mom, did you do that for your daughters? My mom's like, no, and I would never would. I know now, the harms of it, the risks of it. And my grandmother was like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's tradition, it's religion. Go ahead and do it, yada, yada, yada. And there are clinics or not clinics, but probably basements and stuff like that. Black market, where they still do those things, right? Yeah. So I was very surprised that even in 2009, that was still happening. So yeah, they were trying to push for a 16-year-old. And I was like, even you would think maybe the age, they would be respecting the age, okay, you're now you're too old for this, but there's a deep rooted ignorance there, as Asa was saying, and it's really something that they really truly believe needed to be done in order for somebody to get married or whatever the case is. So
Bueller, from this conversation, correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems like it's really embedded in our culture, right, and less religion. So going back to and on the show we try. We like to we start a dialogue, and everybody's included in the dialogue. And a lot of people might say, why is Bueller here and why is he part of the conversation? Because at the end of the day, he's a man and he's a Somali man, right? He's in this equation whether you like it or not. And that being said, going back to the conversation of religion, we don't want to get into this religion conversation because there's plenty of YouTube videos if you want somebody to teach you about religion. So I don't want to focus too much on it. But that being said, we have a conservative culture right now. In the Somali culture, it's more conservative, you would say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody, feel free to stop me. That being said, Bueller, was it always like this? Was it always like this in our parents' time, or has it taken a completely different turn?
It's taken a completely different turn. I can't speak from being there, but I've seen videos. My mom tells me.
You mean you weren't there in the 70s?
Maybe I was. No, but yeah. So from the videos I've seen, pictures. Just the attire alone, my mom was wearing jeans. She had a little afro going. The videos I saw, there was all good times. And to a certain degree anyway, but it's not the same thing anymore. I think a lot of things changed in the matter of so a lot of I don't know, it's the identity ever since Civil War. So you want to find other countries to identify with. You know what I'm saying? So it came, I don't know, that's the route they're taking, I think. Yeah.
Ardo, has Somali rights, women's rights in Somalia, have they decreased or increased throughout the years? From the time